Okay, hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is me, Mr. Snaps, and I know I've not uploaded in a long time, and I apologize for that. And yeah, I'm going to be ranking most, I guess, of the Godzilla designs um, from like 1954 to 2024. So yeah, let's get started with this. So first design we have is the 1954 design, like the first one. So I'm not gonna lie, this design it's good, but I feel like it's not the best. Like it's a good starter for what Godzilla's gonna be in the future, like his future designs. So it's a good start off design. So I'm gonna plop it in the good tier. So then next design, the 1955 Godzilla design. Yeah, I know a lot of people hate this design, but also like it because of that man in the suit analog or whatever. Personally, I like this design like even before Man in the Suit. So I honestly think it's basically just a malnourished version of the first design. So I'd probably plop it in good tier because personally I like it more when Godzilla's like on the skinnier side. I mean, not too skinny, but still skinny enough to not be over like overly bulky. Okay, so the next design, I don't know which movie this design is from, but I think it's from Ebra, Horror of the Deep. I'm not sure. I can't really tell. But this design is it's alright. I don't really think it's that good. So if anything, I feel like I'll just, plop it in not good. This design can go straight into terrible. It's a good movie. Like I'm not gonna lie, Son of Godzilla. It's a good movie, but I do not like the design at all. So that's going into not good. Okay, so we have King Kong versus Godzilla. Like not the new one, the old one. I really like this design. I honestly think it's better than the 1954 design. So to be honest, I mean it has good good proportions. It has a good face from the side. Like I really like the side profiles on this Godzilla. I mean the front doesn't look too good, but the side profiles look really good. And I just feel like this is a really good Godzilla design, so I'm gonna put it in great. And up next we have Mothra versus Godzilla. And to be honest, this is basically the same as like Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, and Ebra. In my opinion, they're basically the same, just with a different head. So to be honest, it's going in not good as well. The eyebrows also just ruin the look. So yeah, and the wobbly jaw, can't forget about that. Anyway, we have I think this is from Destroy All Monsters. Now, this is actually one of the better Showa designs. I wouldn't say it's as good as 1954 or 1955 or King Kong vs. Godzilla, but it is up there. And I think it's a pretty good design. And it's also, fun fact, the most used Godzilla design in all of the, in the whole Godzilla franchise. It starred in the most movies, which I think it was four. So yeah, I mean it's been a lot. It was around for a long time. So honestly, I mean I'm putting in decent. It's mainly the look that I think of when I hear the word Show Godzilla. So yeah. Anyway, this basically the same as Ebra or whatever. So not good. Okay, so this is literally I think the same as this. This is from Gigan, I think. Godzilla versus Gigan. So I mean decent. Anyway, moving on to a new design, we have the design from Godzilla versus Megalon. I think this is a good design. I feel like Godzilla just looks a little bit too like friendly with his oversized eyes. But besides that, it's a really good suit. So I'm gonna put it in good. I feel like it's good. Okay. Now, next up, we have all of the Heisei Godzilla designs. Now, don't I? You might call me biased, but I'm sorry. I gotta put all of these in perfect. Um, except for the 1984, I'll put that one in like great. Actually, not good because it goes cross-eyed a lot in the movie Return of Godzilla. But anyway, I just love the Heisei Godzilla design. Like as a whole, it doesn't really change too much. I mean, the body proportions and the head and the eyes change. Well, not the head does not too much, but the eyes and the body proportions change from movie to movie. But overall, as a whole, I just love the Heisei Godzilla design, and it's my favorite Godzilla design. This it's my top one because I have a top three, and you guys will find out my top three later on. But anyway, now we have. I think this is Millennium. Yeah, Godzilla Millennium 2000. So I like this design, but I feel like it could have been better if he wasn't green. Like I feel like the fact that he's green just makes the design a little bit worse, in my opinion. If he was, the traditional black, then I feel like it would have been a better design. But it's still a good design because it's a darkish green, and in the darker scenes he does look like he's black. So I'm gonna put this in good. Oh, good. Yeah, good. And the one from Megaguirus, I'm gonna put it in decent because they made him even more green, which I don't know why they did that because it just made the look even worse in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in decent. Okay, now GMK. GMK is really good. I feel like it's a mix between the 1954 design and the Heisei design. Like it's kind of like a mixture between them. I feel like it's a really good design, but the one, the two problems that I have with this design is the beer belly, like the stomach, and the neck. The neck looks pretty weird from the side, and I just don't really like the way it looks. So I'm gonna put him in good because it's a really good design and I like it, but I just feel like those flaws kind of make it worse. Anyway, we got Kiryu, or 2002 Goji, whatever you want to call it. This is going imperfect. It's probably, in terms of like expressions, probably the most like, how do I, fleshed out Godzilla in terms of like expressions. It's really good at showing like how Godzilla feels using the eyes. I don't know what they did with the eyes, but they made Godzilla's eyes look really, really good in this movie. Probably the best eyes that out of any Godzilla. And also, I just really like the proportions. It's basically the Millennium Godzilla, but better in my opinion. Because first of all, traditional black and white, and also it just like I feel like the face, like the head, just looks more like it just looks better to look at. And also the neck, I feel like it's a really cool looking neck. It kind of looks like the type of like headgear that the Egyptians would wear, and I just really think it looks cool. So in my opinion, it's a perfect design, and probably my second favorite or third favorite Godzilla design. It really competes with the one that's coming up. Anyway, up next we got Final Wars, and honestly, Final Wars, I it's a good design, but I feel like he's just too skinny. Like I like when Godzilla's not overly bulky. Those are my favorite Godzilla designs. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like Final Wars is just too skinny. Like he's like 1955 Goji levels of skinny, and I don't really like that too much. So to be honest, I'd put him in like decent or good. Probably like I'd say high decent or nah, low good, low good. I feel like low good is a good ranking. Okay, now we got Garagoji. Garagoji is great. It's a great design. And let me tell you this. In my opinion, I prefer Garagoji over the later looks, like the one from King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs Kong. I like the 2014 design more because I just feel like, first of all, I know a lot of people say that the dorsal plates are why they prefer 2019 over 2014, but to be honest, I like the 2014 dorsal plates more. They don't look overly, like, how do I explain, like, artistic, because I feel like with 2019 they just look too big and too like wavy. With 2014, it's just nice little jagged spikes coming out of his back. And also, I just feel like 2019's body is too bulky. Like, it makes his head look too small. And 2014 does a good job at like um evening out the head and making it match up with his body. So that's why I prefer 2014 Godzilla over 2019. And speaking of 2019, they have 2019 and 2021 on here. I don't know why. They're the same design, just 2019, 2021 glows a little bit more. So I'm gonna put them both in good. So yeah, get those out the way. Next we have Shin Godzilla. Now, Shin Godzilla, I feel like is, in terms of the movie and the Godzilla itself, probably the most overrated Godzilla. It's not that good. He's not that strong. I mean, it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It's probably one of the best Godzilla movies. But just overall, I just feel like this Godzilla is like, people push, like they glaze it too hard. Like, it's good. It's a good Godzilla, but it's not as good as people like make it out to be. So to be honest, it's also a really, like, it evolves. It has an evolutionary like life, and the final form, it looks cool. It looks kind of like the Destroy All Monster design, but more like a zombie with the like fleshy parts in the skin, and then like the tail with a head. It's basically horror Godzilla, to put it simply. And to be honest, I think it looks good, and I'd probably put it on par with Garagoji, but overall it's really overrated, but it is a good design, so I'll put it in great. All right, 1998. The probably the most controversial Godzilla design. I'm not gonna lie, I like it, and I'm not just saying that because, oh, it's a cool creature design. To be honest, I feel like a lot of people like over hate Zilla, because Zilla, even though it doesn't really look much like Godzilla. In my opinion, Zilla, it looks somewhat like the 2014 Godzilla. Like, it looks 2014 Godzilla. If you look at it closely, if you put it like side by side to Zilla, you can see the similarities between the two. In my opinion, and I feel like I don't understand why 1998 gets that much hate, because if 2014 could pull off a drastic design change, then why can't 1998? And I just feel like Zilla's overhated, and it's a good design. I like the design, and despite it not really looking like Godzilla, I'm just going off of like design as a whole. I'd probably put Zilla in good. And for Zilla Jr., I'm putting him in probably great, like high grade, because I don't know why, something about the show, like Zilla just looks so much better in the show, and I just, like, I love the way that they make Zilla seem like a dog, kind of like they make him more like the traditional Godzilla as well, with the atomic breath, the stronger like tank resistance and stuff like that. They just make him more like actual Godzilla, and this just makes Zilla even better. So I gotta put Zilla in great, and like Zilla Jr. But anyway, 19, 1974 or 1979. I don't know. I think it's 1979. This is the Hanna Barbera Godzilla. Surprisingly, this I kind of grew up with this show. Like, even though it wasn't airing when I was alive, like when it was airing, I wasn't alive, but still, I used to watch this show. There was like videos on my TV, like there was a streaming website that would stream these episodes, and I kind of this Godzilla looks weird. I have to admit, it doesn't really look like Godzilla. It looks more like Reptar. But to be honest, I think it's a good looking Godzilla. It looks close enough to Godzilla to be classified as Godzilla. And the one complaint that I know a lot of people hate about this Godzilla is the roar. To be honest, yeah, the roar it was pretty bad. But to be honest, I feel like if they used if they had current technology, they could have modified that roar and made it awesome. Like if somebody ever watches this video and you make some type of fan made Godzilla and you want to make a roar for it, please make a modified modern version of the 1979 Hanna-Barbera Godzilla roar, because that I feel like would sound so cool. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit off topic. I'm just gonna put this Godzilla not good since it really looks like Godzilla. But anyway, we have Godzilla Ultima. To be honest, I don't really like Godzilla Ultima too much. His thighs are huge, and his face looks like a frog. So to be honest, I'm gonna just put him in decent. I can't really say anything else about him because I mean I'm gonna get attacked if I do. Another Godzilla design that I don't really like is Godzilla Earth. I prefer Ultima over Earth, so I'm gonna just put Earth in not good. Earth is basically just 2014, but worse, in my opinion. I mean, I know the whole point of him was to make him look old because he's like like an ancient tree or whatever, but I just don't really think he looks good. And the anime was also horrible, the anime saga, so that kind of adds on to how much I don't like this design. But anyway, -1, perfect. -1 is perfect. And not just the -1 design is perfect, the film is too. And I feel like the way Godzilla is portrayed in this film just makes it so much better. Like I love the way that they basically portray Godzilla as this like it's kind of like GMK Godzilla in a way. Like he's aware of the destruction he's causing and he enjoys that destruction. And the design to add on to it, like he looks like a mixture between Heisei and Legendary. Like he has the proportions of Legendary and then the head of Heisei, maybe like the rocky skin of I don't know, like Millennium. He's just he looks so awesome. And then the dorsal plates too, they just look so appealing. So he's a perfect design. Okay, guys, my apologies, but the audio kind of cut out at the end. So anyway, uh based on the rankings, I'd probably put Evolved Godzilla in like with I'd probably put him with the Gargoji because of like his skinny proportions. And then the other two, I'm not really sure. So yeah, I mean I probably put Gemstone in um great as well because I mean he's reminiscent of Heisei. And then you know Godzilla Kun, um, we gotta put him in the perfect because I mean it's Godzilla Kun. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoy your day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.